Here's a structured signal from FreshNews.ai. Today's headline, AI Visibility Index latest weekly update. AI systems continue to favor established leaders across law, software, and services this week, while a handful of brands posted sharp week-over-week gains, especially in customer success, immigration law, and smart home-related categories. Last updated, 2026-08-11. Data period, 2026-08-10 to 2026-08-16. This report reflects the latest AI visibility data based on responses generated across multiple AI systems, including GPT and Gemini. It shows which brands are currently selected, cited, and recommended in AI-generated answers. Executive summary. Here are 5 takeaways. First, AI visibility remained concentrated around established category leaders, such as Salesforce, AVI-SPL, Douglas Elliman Property Management, Fragaman, Del Rey Burns & Lowy LLP, Hunter Douglas, Morgan, and Control4, which all hold the top positions in their verticals. Second, several mid-tier brands recorded sharp week-over-week gains, notably Catalyst and Customer Success Platforms, Acom and Co-op Condo Property Management, Rolisa Camda and Switchbot in motorized shade systems, and Josh.ai in smart home installation. Third, legal categories, criminal defense, family, immigration, personal injury, showed both concentration at the top and churn in the mid-tier, with firms such as Kirkland Ellis, Schiller Ducanto Fleck, WR Immigration, and Leaf Caberset Hyman Bernstein LLP posting large percentage increases from lower baselines. Fourth, customer success platforms, immigration law, and motorized shade systems stood out for strong upward movement across multiple brands, indicating especially dynamic AI ranking behavior in these categories. Fifth, citation patterns highlight a small set of authoritative domains, including chambers.com, avnetwork.com, atra.org, electrosonic.org, and en.wikipedia.org, which continue to shape how AI systems surface and rank brands across verticals. Key insights. Here are 4 takeaways. First, AI visibility remains highly concentrated around category leaders. Brands like Salesforce, AVI-SPL, Douglas Elliman Property Management, Fragaman, Hunter Douglas, Morgan, and Control4 continue to anchor the top of their respective rankings despite week-to-week fluctuations. Second, several categories show strong mid-tier momentum. Catalyst in Customer Success Platforms, Acom and Co-op Condo Property Management, Rolisa Camda and Switchbot in motorized shade systems, and Josh.ai in smart home installation, all posted sizable week-over-week gains from relatively lower baselines. Third, legal verticals, criminal defense, family, immigration, personal injury, exhibit both concentration and churn. A small set of global and national firms dominates coverage, but many firms recorded double or triple-digit percentage shifts as AI systems reshuffled mid-tier recommendations. Fourth, citation patterns remain anchored in authoritative and industry-specific sources. Chambers.com appears across multiple law categories, while avnetwork.com, atra.org, electrosonic.org, and en.wikipedia.org are among the most frequently cited domains, reinforcing their influence on how AI systems rank brands. Cross-vertical summary table. Vertical, top leader, mentions, notable change. AI agent platforms, Salesforce, 7. Replicant gained 3 mentions to reach 4, while Core AI added 4 mentions to reach 4 and enter the leaderboard after no prior presence. AVI-SPL, 18. Avadex doubled from 2 to 4 mentions, 100%, and Vistacom rose from 1 to 3 mentions, 200%, strengthening mid-tier visibility. Co-op Condo Property Management, Douglas Elliman Property Management, 15. Acom increased by 4 mentions to 9, 80%, while Rose Associates and Argo Real Estate each gained 3 mentions to reach 7, 75%. Criminal defense law, Williams and Connolly LLP, 10. Paul Weiss, Rifkind Wharton and Garrison LLP added 3 mentions to reach 8, 60%, while Kirkland Ellis LLP and Sullivan and Cromwell LLP each rose to 4 mentions from much lower baselines. Customer success platforms, Totango, 16. Catalyst gains 5 mentions to reach 10, 100%, while Fresh Success and Smart Carrot each increased from 1 to 3 mentions, 200%. Client Success and Vitally slipped slightly to 14 mentions. Digital signage, healthcare, Telemetry TV, 4. Telemetry TV added 1 mention to reach 4, 33.3%, while Sanofi Health climbed from 1 to 3 mentions, 200%, and 22 Miles increased from 2 to 3 mentions, 50%. Vizix declined by 4 mentions to 3, 57.1%. Family Law, Cordell and Cordell, 9. McKinley Irvin rose by 2 mentions to 6, 50%, and Schiller Ducanto Fleck LLP jumped from 1 to 4 mentions, 300%, while several other firms posted strong gains, and Abrams Vensterman LLP fell by 2 mentions to 3, 40%. Identity security platforms, Ping Identity, 12. ForgeRock added 1 mention to reach 9, 12.5%, and ForgeRock Identity Platform increased from 3 to 4 mentions, 33.3%, while Ping Identity, CyberArk, SailPoint, Okta, Microsoft Entra AI, IBM Security Verify, and OneLogin each recorded modest declines. Immigration law, Fragaman Del Rey Burns and Lowy LLP, 15. Fragaman Del Rey Burns and Lowy LLP gained 2 mentions to reach 15.4%. Greenberg Traurig LLP increased by 4 mentions to 10, 66.7%. Seyfarth Shaw LLP climbed 3 mentions to 9, 50%. And WR Immigration and Baker McKenzie also rose from lower baselines, while several peers declined. Motorized Shade Systems, Hunter Douglas, 11. Rolisa Camda rose by 3 mentions to 8, 60%. Switchbot added 3 mentions to reach 5, 150%. Akara increased from 1 to 3 mentions, 200%. And Velix moved from 1 to 2 mentions, 100%, while multiple top brands saw week-over-week declines. Moving services, Atlas Van Lines, 14. Atlas Van Lines gained 3 mentions to reach 14, 27.3%, tying with other national leaders, while Bacon's Van Lines rose to 6 mentions, 50%, and several competitors posted small declines. Personal injury law, Morgan, 12. Simmons Hanley Conroy and White Luxembourg each climbed to 8 mentions, while the Lanier Law Firm, Panish Saya Ravapudi LLP, Seeger Weiss LLP, Motley Rice LLC, and Leaf Caberset Hyman and Bernstein LLP all posted notable gains as some peers declined. Smart Home Installation, Control 4, 9. Control 4 increased by 2 mentions to 9, 28.2%. Savant rose by 2 to 7, 40%, while Vivint Smart Home, Lutron, Josh.ai, and Alarm.com all recorded gains, with Josh.ai up 3 mentions to 5, 150%. Methodology. This index is based on grounded AI responses generated across multiple models, including GPT and Gemini. Only responses with verifiable sources were included to improve consistency and trustworthiness. Explore full index here. Here are 5 takeaways. First, link. Second, link. Third, link. Fourth, link. Fifth, link. Sixth, link. Seventh, link. Eighth, link. Ninth, link. 10th, link. What this means. Here are 3 takeaways. First, across most categories, AI systems are reinforcing the position of long-established leaders, while still allowing significant week-over-week reshuffling among mid-tier and emerging brands. Second, verticals with strong recent mover activity, such as customer success platforms, immigration law, motorized shade systems, and smart home installation, appear especially sensitive to new signals from authoritative sources and changing content landscapes. Third, in legal and enterprise software-related categories, a small set of highly cited domains continues to influence rankings, suggesting that improvements in coverage on these sources can materially affect AI-driven visibility. Read more at FreshNews.ai.